Hello guys and welcome to my first FPL video for the 2025-2026 season. Today I'm going to create a mock draft for you. What is a mock draft? That's a draft based on fixtures. Of course, the prices are not yet revealed. We have still the Club World Cup going, but I wanted to get ahead and start preparing based on fixtures. The prices that I'm going to use, of course, are based on FPL.team's prediction. I see them as a pretty okay prices. I think that they will be around the numbers that they're mentioning, plus 0.5 here and there, of course, but I think all in all it will balance at the end. This draft is not going to be my team, of course. Don't get it into heart that stuff, but I really do believe that it will be very crucial to have some preparation in advance in order to see what I'm going to do and how my team is going to look. Now, of course, we're going to pick based on 100 million, based on having 5 midfielders, 5 defenders, 3 forwards, and 2 goalkeepers. I'll be picking based on my strategy. So for now, I'll be picking, for example, a 4.0 keeper, a 4.0 defender that is not going to probably play at all, but don't have that in mind and don't take it into hand that this is going to be my final selection or something like that. Of course, we are going to start with the fixtures first, and we start with Arsenal's fixtures. I think they have it pretty rough. I will be creating a team based on the fixtures in the first 5 to 6 weeks, let's say, because I want to be prepared there. First of all, we're going to start with Arsenal, United, Leeds, Liverpool, Forest, City, Newcastle. Honestly, not a team that I would like to target. After game week 6, it gets better. West Ham, Fulham, Palace, Burnley, Sunderland, Spurs. I think that's a good run, but for now, I'm staying a little bit clear from them. Aston Villa is facing Newcastle, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Everton, Sunderland, and Fulham. I think Aston Villa is a team that I would like to target. Good fixture run. Have in mind that based on transfers, my team will change, but for now, that's it. Bournemouth is Liverpool, Wolves, Spurs, Brighton, Newcastle, Leeds. It's okay, but at the end of the day, I don't know how much I will trust Bournemouth after losing Kepa, after losing Hausen, and after losing Kerkes. I don't know who they will bring there, but it's going to be hard to select. Forest, Aston Villa, Sunderland, Chelsea, Fulham, United. It's not a bad run for Brentford, but they've lost Thomas Frank, and I think that's going to be a big deal breaker. Brighton is facing Fulham, Everton, Man City, Bournemouth, Spurs, Chelsea. Not easy. Burnley are facing Spurs, Sunderland, United, Liverpool, Forest, City. Far away from easy. Chelsea is facing Palace, West Ham, Fulham, Brentford, Manchester United, and Brighton. I think that, and then in the long run, I think Chelsea are a good team to target. So Chelsea is the first team that I'm going to select players from. Then it's Everton with Leeds, Brighton, Wolves, Aston Villa, Liverpool, West Ham. I think that Everton are good. Palace, I missed, sorry. Chelsea, Forest, Aston Villa, Sunderland, West Ham, Liverpool. I think that's a good run. Fulham, Brighton, United, Chelsea, Leeds, Brentford, Aston Villa. Okay. Leeds, Everton, Arsenal, Newcastle, Fulham, Wolves, Bournemouth. It's okay. Liverpool is Bournemouth with a rough defense. Newcastle, Arsenal, tough. But then it's Burnley, Everton, Palace. So Liverpool will be a team to target. The thing about Chelsea that I'm most worried about, I forgot to mention, is that they are through to the semifinals of the Club World Cup. So it will be a short rest for their players, and they're into the Champions League, so it will be tough to pick players from their side. City's fixture run is not very good. Spurs, United, and Arsenal in the first 5. Arsenal, Fulham, City, Chelsea, Brentford in the first 5 for United, Newcastle, Aston Villa, Liverpool. Who is having the good fixtures? Forest are having a good fixture run. Brentford, Palace, West Ham, Arsenal, Burnley, Sunderland. So Forest, I would select. Burnley, Manchester City, Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton, Wolves for Spurs. Good fixture, and then it's Leeds in 7, so it's okay. Sunderland are not with a bad fixture. West Ham with Sunderland, Chelsea, Forest, Spurs, Palace, Everton. That's not a bad run. And Wolves without Aït-Nouri and Cunha, I would probably steer clear. The difficult part here is to start selecting players, but let's go piece by piece. I mentioned that I will be going for Chelsea as a first team, so I'm going to add. Why can I not add him? Okay. Okay, got it, because it's trialist. Okay, yeah, so Palmer is in. Another player that I'm interested in from Chelsea is Cucurella. I think that 5.5 is a very feasible price. And at the left back position, I think that he is going to be a very, very good option. So first two players are in. Then I mentioned that Everton is going to have a solid run, and a solid run by Everton means one and only Pickford in goal. So Pickford joins the frame here. I think Spurs have a good fixture run, so I will pick some Spurs players. I think that whoever is the cheapest, so Doggy is 4.5, Poro is 5.0, Van den Ven is 4.5, and Romero is 4.5. So if over 4.5, I will go for Udogi. I think a solid defender. In midfield, I don't know how they will set up and who will be attacking, but most likely someone like Suwanke will be a popular asset in the first couple of weeks with the forward line of Thomas Frank. I think that Suwanke will benefit it a lot. I don't see a lot of players being picked up by Spurs, so I think Suwanke will have a very, very solid role here. Of course, City is not a good fixture to come in game week 2, but still I think it's not a bad run either way. West Ham, I think, have a good fixture run, so two players from them will be selected for now by me. First of one is Jared Bowen. Let's pick Jared Bowen here. And probably I will go to a defender from West Ham. Kudus is 6.5, Paqueta, Fulkrug, Antonio, Somerville, Soucek, Soler. Wan-Bissaka is going to be a nice shout. Areola is 4.5, Emerson is 4.5, Koeman. Yeah, Koeman is not a bad shout. Let's go for defender. So they have Wan-Bissaka, Emerson, Koeman, Mavropanos, Tudibo, and Scaros. I'm going to go for Wan-Bissaka for now. I think that's an okay first lineup. So Leeds in first week is facing Everton. So I have Leeds, Burnley, Sutherland, and Palace. Not a bad run for my team in defense. Sutherland, Burnley up front. I don't know if I'm going to select any Everton players. I highly, highly doubt it. Obviously, I'm missing one of the better players that everyone will have, and I'm going to add him into my squad. Mohamed Salah, Mr. First Week, is back into the team. For now, is going to be my only Liverpool asset, but I think that might change. I think that 2 Chelsea, 2 Spurs, and 2 West Ham, 1 Everton is good. Brighton, Wolves, Aston Villa, it's not a bad run of fixtures for Pickford. Brighton, Fulham, Everton, City, Bournemouth, Spurs, Chelsea. It doesn't look that bad. Fulham is Brighton, United, Chelsea, Leeds, Brentford, Aston Villa. Brentford with a new manager, so maybe Fulham is a good fixture. But of course, I'm forgetting the player that I would most probably want into my team, and that is going to be Morgan Rogers. Immediately in, I think now without UCL, he will be more and more utilized in the Prem. So Morgan Rogers is into the side. Let's now fill in the goalkeeper section with a 4 million player, because I want to have random player selected here. We have not a lot of options, to be fair. Let's say it's going to be someone that I'm not going to rely on. A team, I already have 2 West Ham, so I'm not going to happen. Bayern Dirno. Let's say it's Johnston. Why not? Let's add him as a player, as an option. Knock unknown return date, it's a 4.0 placeholder. In midfield, I'm going to rely on a 4.5 midfielder to fill in. Heroic Bunam, no, he will take a Gruev. Yes, Gruev, I'm a Bulgarian, so let's add Gruev into the side. Of course, let's not forget about Gruev, because he's a Bulgarian, the first Bulgarian in the Prem for a while, I think, since Berbatov. Oh no, there was Tonev, but now Gruev is in the Prem, and let's salute him. For that 4.5, I think it's a good asset to have. Now defenders, I will get someone with 4.5. I need someone to cover Udogi and probably someone to cover Wan-Bissaka. So I'm looking for someone with a good game week 2 fixture. Yeah, good game week 2 fixture is Arsenal is a good game week 2. Burnley, Chelsea, Sunderland, no thank you. United, no thank you. No. So no one has a good game week 2 fixture, apart probably from Brighton. So I can pick a Brighton defender, then I will skip the City fixture, and then I can use him for the Bournemouth fixture. So yeah, let's go to Brighton defenders. And I will go with the 4.5. It's Dunk, Stupinian, Lamptey, Van Hecke, Veltman. I think that someone like Van Hecke or Webster will do the job. So this is a Brighton defender. Whoever starts, I don't care. If it's 4.5, I'm picking him and I'll use him against Everton. Then I'll have another. I don't have forwards, which is kind of worrying, but I'll pick the forwards. It's way easier to pick the forwards. And then someone cheap and reliable, it will be a 4.0 asset. If it can be from the newly promoted sides, I would probably prefer the Sutherland run of fixtures until here. Yeah, West Ham, Burnley. I can use him against Burnley as well, but Burnley are good at defensive side, so probably Burnley can be a good asset. So let's go to Burnley. Selecting co-op, Burnley, defender, nope, sorry, defender, and if we have a 4.0 starter, it will be all the better. Of course, for now they're not going to be listed as 4.0, but this will be a 4.0 defender for me, and that is Bayer for now. I don't care about the name, it's a fill up in the bench, basically. Bayer, Gruev, Johnston, Veltman is to rotate with Udogi in that week, then he can rotate against Bournemouth for Wan-Bissaka to cover, so I have a good potential here. Cucurella I can use safely. Now we have 17 million to fill in the forward spot, and let's go with forwards with maximum forward price. So Haaland is 13.5, Watkins is expensive, but I kind of like him. I can go for a Aston Villa defender, by the way, if they have a 4.5, but for now let's rely on Wan-Bissaka, Udogi, Cucurella. I think that Thomas Frank will improve Spurs massively defensively, so I don't need to address it right now. I think that a player of the ranks of Mateta will be a good and feasible player. Yeah, Chelsea first fixture, then it's Forest. I forgot about Forest, by the way. Forest defenders can be good. Powers, West Ham. Yeah, I will be picking a Forest defender over most probably Veltman. So let me go for a Forest player. Sorry about that. Nottingham Forest, they're good. Starting defender, Murillo, it's good. Nick Williams, let's go with Murillo for now. So yeah, I'll have him to cover Crystal Palace, West Ham against Arsenal, then I can skip. And then he will have Burnley, Sutherland. So yeah, Forest is a team that I would like to get players from. As mentioning, then we go to forward. Probably Chris Wood will be a good player to target with that run of fixture, so Chris Wood. And I'm missing attackers from several key teams like City, like Arsenal, but I don't know who Arsenal will be buying. Whoever Arsenal buys up front, probably he is going to be a good player. Florian Wirtz I'm missing in this team, of course, but let's see what we can finish the squad in. Rest in peace to Diogo Jota and his brother. He's still in the game, but he will be removed. I'm missing several players here, but most probably the one that I will go for, Wissa, is not a bad shout. Villa, Sunderland, Chelsea, Fulham, Forest. Yeah, Wissa is not a bad shout, but with the new manager, I don't know what's going to happen with Brentford. So new managers that are unknown, I will skip, like Brentford. Bournemouth lost their whole team basically in defense. They're still willing to sell, and Zabarni is next on the list. Promoted sides I already have 2 players and I don't want to increase it. West Ham already have 2 players and I don't want to increase it. I think that without an international football, West Ham is going to be a very solid team this year. I very much believe it. Would probably the player that I'm going to go is Mateta. Chelsea, Forest, Aston Villa, Sunderland, West Ham, Liverpool. It's not easy, but Mateta has been good. So Mateta is here, that's 2.5 million in the bank. So I can improve my defense. I can improve Udogi to become Pedro Porro. I think that Porro will thrive against with Thomas Frank. Palmer, Salah, Rodgers, Bowen, and I have 2 million in the bank to rotate around the side. Probably Bayer will be improved to Veltman in order to have rotation into the team. I can swap Chelsea and City with Everton and Palace. Then West Ham will cover instead of or I can choose Wan-Bissaka here. Then in game week 4, yeah, probably this will be something of a mock draft. So this is the start, of course. A lot will change. Aston Villa defender may join the frame. I don't have a Liverpool defender. I just don't know how many goals they will concede against Newcastle and Arsenal. Bournemouth still good offensively. Burnley, yes, the first easy fixture, but am I picking a Liverpool defender? I don't know. No Arsenal defense is a little bit questionable for me. No Arsenal player as a whole is a little bit questionable, but they don't have the fixture run for it to start. United, Liverpool, Forest, City, Newcastle, like that is an awful start. Of course, Leeds is the good one. Maybe I can risk it and pick him against United. I will probably get an Arsenal defender, and that Arsenal defender will probably have to be over Wan-Bissaka or over Veltman, but I'll have to bench Wan-Bissaka or over Cucurella depending on what type of fixtures we see from them. But yeah, here let's say that Wan-Bissaka is gone because Chelsea, Forest, Spurs, it doesn't get easy for them. Defensively, Chelsea, Forest and Spurs will score goals, so here I will pick, let's say, Gabriel. I think that he's the better of the two. United, Leeds, I can use him. I can use him in every game. So yeah, here I've got a team. Probably here a 4.0 defender will become, as I am not replacing probably any of those defenders anytime soon. Probably Poro will be out for Murillo, but that's it. So yeah, that's the team to start the season with. No City assets is a little bit questionable from me, and no Arsenal attacker as well. But who am I picking from City? Ait-Nouri is an option, but is he always going to play at left back? Attackers apart from Haaland, who else is going to start? Maybe at some point they will become amazing, but they have Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Nico, Reinders, Doku, Savinho, Cherki, Marmoush. Already Bernardo Silva, I don't know if I mentioned Gundogan. That's already 10 players for 4 positions. So yeah, it will be very tricky to pick City assets. So I will be very, very careful with that. Forwards, it leaves a little bit to be desired, but yeah, I think that the 3-4-3 formation to start with the rules that we know, it's a good one. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for being here early. I know it's very, very early without prices, but as soon as the game drops, I will start building my team and I will start posting videos about it, players, etc. We are going to talk about so many stuff, and of course we are going to stream from time to time, rating your drafts. A lot of fun things are coming your way. Thanks so much for watching. This is a mock draft. Don't please destroy it that much, but leave a comment down below what you think about it. How do you see it? Is it good? Is it not? Of course, we will improve it as the time goes by and as the prices are revealed. Copa World Cup content is returning on Monday, so stay tuned for that. And if you're watching that a little bit later, thank you for supporting me, and yeah, please subscribe to the channel. I'm aiming for 5k. Let's try to reach 4k before the start of the season. I think it's a feasible goal. 5k is my year goal, so let's start to push, and we'll have a lot of fun along the way. Once again, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon with more FPL, Copa World Cup and UCL content. A lot of football and fantasy content will be coming your way, but for now guys, I'll be heading out. Bye.